Well, I have been a bad girl. I have needed to change my engine oil for some time. I've gotten caught up in scheduling and I should have changed it back in Montana. So I'm definitely going to do it now before we hit the road again and head to South Dakota. So I'm going to take you along with me while I change my engine oil and let you know some of my experiences and some things that I've learned while traveling in my RV through small town USA. By the way, this is not a video on how to change your oil. I have done that before. So if you want to know how to change your own engine oil in your RV or vehicle, check out that video. I've also done a video on how to change your oil in your generator. A great thing to do and very necessary. That video also has maintenance tips and some other information on generators, so you can check that one out too. When you're constantly transient, you need to do a lot more planning. For example, I have to go to the post office a lot, and sometimes in these small towns, the post offices will close at noon. And if we roll in at 1 p.m., I either have to wait till the next town to go to the post office, or go get the boondocking spot, and then maybe even drive 30-40 miles to come back into town to use the post office. Also, grocery stores in small towns will have much more limited hours. They'll also be ran and operated sometimes by families. And because they're just families, they close down like all weekend long. And sometimes we're not going to be around all weekend long and we need supplies right away. So you don't have the leisure of knowing when you can get supplies, just like you did if you were in somewhere regularly. You'd know your regular schedule, you'd know when you could go in, and traveling around, especially in these small towns, much more limited, requires a lot of planning. Also, we're boondocking a lot, so we need to know where we can get fresh water and dump our tanks. Another con about some of these small towns is the scarcity of some of your favorite establishments and certainly products. I had the hardest time finding a Bank of America. We were in northern New Mexico, and the closest Bank of America was 3 hours south. And there was some in Colorado, but it's surprising how many states do not have a Bank of America. So that's the case with a lot of other establishments too. Alright, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you're letting your oil pan drain, don't forget to take the drain out of the catch pan. I've done it before and it's a huge mess. The other thing is, some of these small towns, they will only have 1 or 2 gas stations. And if the gas station is built in a way, or the way you come in is not a good plan for my long RV with a dolly and then a vehicle on the back of it, then I can't get gas. Scarcity also means that things are going to be more expensive. Bobby just bought a little jar of jam about this tall for $8. Another con about these small towns is the quality sometimes you find. Where I'm at right now, the nearest grocery store within a 20-mile radius is an oversized convenience store. And I don't know if they don't get enough traffic or what, but a lot of their fruits and vegetables are moldy, and they're sitting there. The people owning this place let this moldy fruit and vegetables sit out, and it's really hard to find some quality food sometimes. And the other con, of course, is Wi-Fi and cell phone service. I rely heavily on both of these technologies for my work, and if I need to upload a video for you guys, for example, sometimes like going to the post office or getting other sorts of supplies, you gotta drive 30, 40 miles to get somewhere to be able to do that. And if I'm using somebody else's Wi-Fi, you know, I could be sitting in a bar or restaurant where you get free Wi-Fi for 5 hours waiting for a video to upload. Often, if I can, if I've got signal, I'll use it on my hotspot on my phone, and most often that works. But if I don't have enough signal, I gotta rely on somebody's weaker Wi-Fi. Wait, this is playing, not recording. Wait, shoot. All right. All right, time to remove the filter.
Huh?
Hey,
Hey, Pippi.
What are you doing?
Did you drain your oil yet?
Yeah, it's drained. I'm just about to take the filter off. I'm actually filming right now.
Oh. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I'll let you get back to it. I was just coming over. I'm on the bug splatter detail right now at the front of your RV.
Oh, nice. You're going to wash my RV?
Well, the front of it.
Well, the front's pretty good, too. All right. Well, hey, can I borrow your muscles really quick? I'll loosen my filter.
Filter? Alright, I'll come under.
Alright, well, we are back. And I've got Bobby Jean helping me loosen my oil filter. Because I don't use an oil filter wrench, so it's always a little bit trickier. Because I got my strap.
Have you even tried to loosen this yet?
No. So, actually, I was just telling them, I was doing a video on the pros and cons of RV travel through, like, small town USA, like some of these small towns we've been in.
Small towns.
And do you want to give a pro or a con?
A pro or con about traveling through these small towns?
Yeah.
I'll give a pro. That's an easy one.
Okay.
Walking out of the RV at night, out here where there's no lights, and if there's no moon, the sky is so overwhelmingly crisp, sharp, clear, brilliant, fine points of light, like Hubble, you know, like Hubble, those Hubble photos. It's overwhelming. I mean, when you look at it,
Yeah.
you can't help but stop and it takes your breath away. Ow! You laughing at me?
Are you okay? I thought you were going to hit me in the head.
No, it hit me in the head. Where's your eye protection, by the way?
Yeah, I'm
You're
not
supposed to have
wearing
eye
any.
protection. But anyway,
I'm
you
doing
walk
it
outside,
stealthily.
and it's just, it takes your breath away. It's overwhelming. It's brilliant. It's just...
Stars for sure. Really.
I mean, it really takes a second for you to try to break away and not look at it. I mean, you can't help it, no matter how many times you see it. Total pro for being out here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's almost like the brightness of it, or the intensity of the stars, and the quietness. It like hits you. You know, it's almost like physically hits you, or it's almost like it's so powerful that it like makes a sound in a way.
And the satellites. I mean, the satellites are so clearly visible as they pass over, you know, all of them doing their same speed, some of them next to each other, some of them by themselves. Just beautiful. Milky Way like you've never seen it. Why do we not still have a real oil filter wrench?
Here, do you want me to tell you which way to wrap it, actually?
No.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm almost there. Believe it or not.
Yeah, so I think the way you want to turn it is the way you wrap it long and then bring it around.
Oh, guess
little
what?
thing. Oh, you got it? Do you want to move this?
Wait. Okay. All right. It's loose. I'm gonna leave that to you.
Okay. All right, cool.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Alrighty. So, much thanks to him, I can remove this. Oh, geez, it's still pretty tight. Alright, here's the dirty part. Let's see how clean I can stay. Ugh. That wasn't that bad. Always remember, put the plug back in to the drain pan. Another pro about some of these small towns is that people tend to be friendlier. They're not in as much of a rush. And I was at the grocery store in Sundance, Wyoming, and I was checking out, getting my groceries ringed up, and the guy that was the cashier, a woman came up and he said something like, "Mom, did you blah blah blah," or whatever. So it was a family-run place. And then the woman was so friendly, she insisted on carrying out my groceries. And she's older than me, and I really didn't feel like I should let her carry my groceries out. And she's like, "Oh, no, let me take them out." And I was like, no, really, it's not a big deal. And she's like, "Oh, please let me carry it out for you." And she was so friendly. And then another time, Rigby, Idaho, which I really enjoyed Idaho. There was one grocery store there, and they had this one kid that worked there, and he was always in this one spot, and he was the one that was supposed to like get people to try sushi, because they had sushi at their deli. And anytime you walk in the door, you immediately hear, "Hi, would you like to try some sushi?" And then you're like, "Nah." So you walk on, 5 feet away from this guy, somebody else comes up, "Hi, would you like to try some sushi?" And then, as you're walking through the whole deli and all the vegetables, you just keep hearing, "Hi, would you like to try some sushi?" It was pretty funny. And also, that grocery store too, they wanted to carry out your groceries, something that I haven't experienced. I remember when I was little, people would carry groceries out for my mom, but I haven't ever had anybody want to carry my groceries out. But in these small towns, people, they're much more likely to go above and beyond, and just very friendly. All right, wiping the filter seat off before I put the new one on. So Bobby mentioned a pro being the stars, and to expound on that idea, I would have said, or included, nature, just in general. Obviously, out in the middle of nowhere, you've got lakes, rivers, mountains, deserts, gorges, canyons, all these beautiful features. And that's kind of why you want to go out boondocking, is to be able to experience that you can't get in cities or in more populated areas. Like the sounds of nature, the smells, the wind blowing through tops of trees, fish splashing, glassy lake tops in the mornings, crisp air, sunny warm afternoons, deers running through the field, deer running through the field. So much to experience in nature, so clearly that is a huge pro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, best tip of the day: to keep these guys clean, because they get, very oily and things stick to them. Put an old little bit of a paper towel in the ends here and the end inside, and then in here will stay very clean. This part you can just wipe out, but these help keep the interior of this very clean. So all of that being said, pros and cons, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now, but I don't want to stay forever.